Stop!
Сдавайся, бандит!
Ползу, мужики, ползу.
Чё, взял? Дай мне объясняшку сюда!
Вылез! Пожалуйста, не убивайте. Вылез! Братан! Нет!
Взяли.
Today, Ukrainian Special Operations Forces operators cleared Russian positions on the front line. Most of the enemy has been neutralized, according to a report from the Special Operations Forces, SOF, of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. Operators from the 3rd Special Operations Forces Regiment successfully conducted a clearing operation in an area where, according to intelligence, more than 10 Russian soldiers were stationed. The soldiers moved stealthily through the undergrowth and came face to face with the enemy. "We saw a bunker and heard noises coming from there. We immediately opened fire," said the Russian SOF operator. As a result of the engagement, most of the enemy was neutralized, and several Special Operations Forces soldiers surrendered. After the coordinates of the enemy's position were ascertained, the drone crew also engaged them. Earlier, a group of Ukrainian Special Forces had come from behind and launched a lightning attack on enemy positions near the Russian border. Meanwhile, soldiers from the 6th Separate SOF Ranger Regiment also successfully attacked enemy positions in one of the combat zones. During the operation, they managed to capture a hostage, thereby increasing the exchange fund. Russian occupation forces continued to rely on infiltration tactics, advancing toward Ukrainian positions in small assault groups rather than large-scale attacks. According to Frontline reports, one of these enemy teams reached a defense sector held by the Ukrainian 3rd Army Corps, but Ukrainian forces were waiting. Leading the defense was Troyanets, commander of the 3rd Company, 2nd Mechanized Battalion, 3rd Assault Brigade. His mission was clear: assemble a combat-ready assault team, intercept the infiltrators, and close the gap before it could expand.
Контролю, контролю.
Newly released GoPro footage captured the operation as Ukrainian infantry swept through the area, successfully clearing enemy positions and capturing Russian soldiers. The video documents close-quarters combat as the assault team advanced despite fierce resistance, including heavy artillery fire and relentless FPV drone attacks. Unexpectedly, the Ukrainian fighters advanced beyond their initial objective, neutralizing about a dozen Russian troops and capturing several enemy soldiers alive. This operation highlights the continued effectiveness of Ukrainian frontline assault units in countering Russian infiltration tactics under some of the most dangerous battlefield conditions. Operators from Ukraine's 151st Mechanized Brigade destroyed a rare Russian Tu-S-44 Gyatsint K wheeled self-propelled artillery system near Kupiansk, Militarny reported on August 3rd. The vehicle was the second confirmed destruction of a Gyatsint K since Russia launched its full-scale war of aggression against Ukraine. This relatively new 152mm artillery system is mounted on a BAZ 6010-027 8x8 4-axle wheeled chassis. Its design combines artillery components from the Soviet-made Tu-A36 Gyatsint B towed gun with a mobile platform, following a concept similar to the Russian Tu-S43 Malva self-propelled howitzer. The Gyatsint K can fire standard high-explosive fragmentation rounds to a range of approximately 30.5 kilometers, or 19 miles. Rocket-assisted munitions extend its range to approximately 33.1 kilometers, or 20.5 miles. The wheeled chassis gives the system greater road mobility than traditional tracked artillery, allowing it to reach speeds of up to 80 kilometers per hour, or about 50 miles per hour. This mobility is intended to allow Russian crews to fire and quickly relocate before Ukrainian forces can respond. Previously, reports emerged that Russia was ramping up production of the 152mm Tu-S44 Hyacinth K wheeled artillery system, modeled after Ukraine's Bodana self-propelled artillery unit. Russia plans to produce 36 Tu-S-44s by 2026, integrating them with advanced targeting systems like the Kropiva to improve firing accuracy. On the Hulyai-Pol axis in eastern Zaporizhia Oblast, the Ukrainian Defense Forces continued to repel Russian attacks, eliminating enemy assault groups attempting to penetrate their positions. This latest information was shared by Balu, a soldier with the 210th Separate Special Battalion of the Ukrainian Armed Forces Berlingo, on his Telegram channel, Bakhmutsky Balu, citing reports from fellow soldiers on the front lines. According to Balu, Russian troops are trying to infiltrate Ukrainian defenses in small groups to reduce their visibility. The enemy tries to sneak in groups of 1 or 2 soldiers, and sometimes 3. We detect them and eliminate them. They don't use armored vehicles in our sector. Although Russian troops have largely abandoned the use of ground vehicles in this area, they continue to rely heavily on drones.
Одним огонь! Огонь!
Hundreds of Russian soldiers have been killed or wounded in the past 24 hours, according to a report by the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense, while Moscow has also lost more military equipment along the front line. On August 1st and 2nd, Russian troops resumed their offensive operations in the Sloviansk sector. However, the Ukrainian Defense Forces managed to stop the Russian forces in time, according to the Institute for the Study of War, ISW. According to data from American analysts, the Russian army once again failed to achieve any confirmed success in this section of the front line. In fact, the Ukrainian army launched a successful counteroffensive. A Russian military blogger stated that the Ukrainian Armed Forces had launched a counteroffensive near Rye-Oleksandritska, east of Sloviansk. The ISW team emphasized that the Russian occupation forces were increasingly using guided aerial bombs. In this way, they were attempting to prepare the battlefield for a future offensive operation against Sloviansk. However, a Russian military blogger claimed that Russian troops had advanced south and southeast of Vasyutinska, as well as north of Pershomarivka. However, there was no evidence to support this claim. It is important to understand that Russia continues to rely on targeted aerial bombing to destroy buildings and create conditions for sabotage and assault groups to infiltrate, with the goal of advancing into Kostiantynivka.
Сопровождаю, готов работать. Уничтожить расход дна.